Hello everybody on YouTube and Facebook, it's Michael here. Now, it has been over a year and a half since I have uploaded my 700th video on YouTube. I have uploaded that video on the 3rd of December 2021, so that's over a year and a half ago. But now, I am very pleased to announce that this video has marked my 800th YouTube video. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone out there that has supported my channel over the years and making me go a new milestone within my YouTube videos. And also, earlier on this year, I have reached a new milestone with my subscriber count. As earlier on this year, I have surpassed 20,000 subscribers. And back then, it has been just under 3 years since I've reached 10,000 subscribers. And February this year, I have surpassed 20,000 subscribers. So a big thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel, people that have subscribed to me ever since I've started YouTube, and people that have newly subscribed to my channel. I just want to thank you very much for all your support out there, which I really appreciate very much. Now, I must say that a lot has changed on my YouTube channel over the past 5 or so years, since ever since I have started using editing software to create and edit my videos. I use a software called Adobe Premiere, which I find a fantastic piece of editing software, which is perfect for what I use for it, creating my YouTube videos. Now, upon uploading my 800th video, 400 of those videos, that's right, half of my overall YouTube videos have been edited and created using editing software. With the editing software, it has definitely made my videos much more better and much more presentable in terms of video and sound quality, as opposed to what I used to do. I used to just make a video, then I put that video on my computer, then I immediately upload it on YouTube without any editing. So I thought that using editing software to edit my videos, it has definitely made my channel a lot better, and it has brought attention to a lot more people, and that I have been gaining a lot more subscribers over the years because of it. And with me using editing software, I've been doing it now for the past over 5 years, and it will remain so. So again, thank you to everyone that has supported my channel over the years. I've now been doing videos on YouTube for 13 years. Now, with my 800th YouTube video special video, I'm going to be doing something a lot different to what I usually do on YouTube. Now, on my YouTube channel, it's a keyboard-based channel where I show different keyboards and playing song covers, etc. But this video is going to be a lot different. This video is going to be a lot more about myself, in which I'll be doing video clips of my other hobbies / activities that I enjoy doing. So besides music and keyboards and making videos on YouTube, which is something that I enjoy doing the most, there are other hobbies and activities that I like doing in my spare time. So this is what this video is going to be for this special milestone video. And now here it is. My 800th YouTube video. More about myself. My other hobbies / activities that I enjoy doing. Thank you very much for watching and hope you enjoy. Okay, so for my 800 video special, it's going to be of something different to what I usually do on YouTube. I had the idea at around this time last year, when I was nowhere near 800 videos, but thought that it would be a great idea to do, so that everyone that watches my videos, including my friends, subscribers, and other people who watches my videos, can get to know me even more. So, this video is going to be a lot different, and will almost have nothing to do with keyboards, which is what my channel is mainly based on, where I show all kinds of different keyboards, playing song covers, and showing different keyboard sounds and functionalities, etc. This is the only part of this video to do with keyboards. The rest of this video will not have any keyboard clips, as this is going to be a completely different video to what I usually do on YouTube. This video is going to be more about myself, in which I will be doing different video clips of other things that I enjoy doing. Besides music and playing keyboards, which is what I enjoy doing the most, as well as making videos for my YouTube channel, there are other hobbies and interests that I like doing in my spare time. Some of which I do more often, and some which I don't do as much, but I really enjoy doing them nevertheless. That is the end of this intro. Now I will be showing you video clips of other activities that I like doing, so everyone can get to know me better and to get to know a lot more about myself. Here is the first video clip of other hobbies that I like doing. There will be 4 clips altogether, showing you different things that I enjoy doing in my spare time. The first video clip is fishing. I really enjoy fishing, where I can relax at the same time. It doesn't matter to me whether I have a good fishing session, catching lots of fish, as every time I go fishing, I may have some great days, I may get some average days where I don't catch as many fish, or days where I catch nothing at all, known as blanking. I still enjoy the fishing sessions regardless. I started getting into fishing back in 2001, when I was 12 years old. This was before I started getting into music and playing keyboards. That wasn't until I was 13 that I started getting into keyboard playing. I didn't have a rod at the time, but I had a little net where I used to scoop it in rivers in the hopes that I would catch a fish. I would take the weeds out of the river with a net, and there have been times where I have caught a few tiny fish, newts, frogs, toads, and small bugs. The fish I have caught with a net were mainly small stickleback, roach, and perch. A few months after that, I was given a rod and a reel by my dad so I can start fishing properly. I started off in lakes, float fishing for small fish, but every once in a while I have caught bigger fish such as carp, bream and tench, which was exciting for me at the time since I wasn't aiming to catch big fish as I was new to fishing back then. I carried on fishing for a few years, then I stopped fishing back in 2004 when I left school because I wanted to focus on my keyboard playing, getting better at learning songs and aiming to play better on keyboard. Then I got back into fishing back in 2008 when I was 20 years old and still carry on fishing in my spare time to this day. When I started fishing again, after a 4-year absence of not fishing, I started getting more serious about it and doing more methods of fishing to aim for bigger fish, since I didn't just want to catch small fish. I started using cage feeders for bottom feeding, and I've not done any float fishing since. Over the years, I have been to different lakes and catching hundreds of big fish such as bream, tench, carp, and I have sometimes landed an unexpected pike whilst lake fishing. My biggest fish I've caught, known as a personal best, was a 17-pound common carp, which I have caught nearly 2 years ago, as shown on this picture here. This was my biggest fish I've ever caught, and it was also the last time that I have done lake fishing. Since now I work full time, I unfortunately felt that I don't have time to go lake fishing. Although there are some lakes where I can go fishing in my hometown, they are not within walking distance. So that's why, a few weeks after I did my last lake fishing session, I switched to sea fishing on the beach, which is what you have seen in these video clips. I live near the sea, and the beach is only a 15-minute walk from where I live. I haven't caught any big fish on the beach, but I have caught a variety of different fish such as mackerel, plaice, flounder, smoothhounds, dogfish, bass, Dover sole, whiting, and a couple of months ago I have managed to land my first ever thornback ray and have really gotten myself into sea fishing over the last couple of years. Since the sea is much bigger than lakes, you never know what you're going to catch, which makes it even more exciting and more of a surprise to find out if you have anything or not. It really makes a change from lake fishing, which I have done for many years. This is the end of my fishing hobby commentary. Now here's the rest of the fishing video clips. Here is the second video clip of my other hobbies that I like doing. This is something that I do more often and aim to do it at least once a week, and that is skating / rollerblading. I really enjoy skating, and at the same time is also a good form of exercise. There's a skating rink in my hometown called my Skate World, which I go to almost once a week on a Wednesday evening, since it is adult skating session on a Wednesday evening. I use my skating sessions to skate non-stop and only taking a break to have a drink every now and then. It is a great form of exercise I enjoy doing. There are a few Wednesday evenings where I decide not to go, as I am either busy working on my videos at home, or if it has been very busy at work, that I'm too tired to go. But I still do my best to go, since I enjoy it, and just like everyone else, I do need to exercise, especially with my legs, as I do a lot of walking. I started getting into skating back in 2012 and started going once a week in 2013 on a Friday night back then. This was before my Skate World was open, and there were skating sessions on Friday nights and Sunday afternoons at another place in my hometown called the Sovereign Centre in the Sports Hall, until the skating firm that rented the hall for the skating sessions moved to a warehouse which had a bigger floor for skating back in October 2013, and the warehouse became a place called my Skate World. With the new skating rink open, they are able to have more sessions and is open every day, but I believe they are closed on Mondays. They also do events during certain times of the year, and there are more sessions that are spread throughout the day. But the session that I go to are the adult skate night on Wednesday evenings. I also do some skating outdoors when the weather is nice. I don't do this very often, but it is still nice to have a skate outdoors every once in a while. The only thing I worry about skating outdoors is when there are pedestrians that I skate past, and I don't want to bump into them or knock them over, which is why I would rather be indoors skating in circles. And every now and then, when there is enough people skating at my Skate World, we have some skating games. Games such as Skate Across Tag, where we have to skate from one side to another without being tagged. My favourite skating game is called Sticky Toffee. It is a bit like the game called Stuck in the Mud that I used to play outside as a kid, where we skate around and trying not to be tagged, and when you get tagged, you have to stand still and put your hand up against the wall, and when someone skates under you, you can remain in the game until you are tagged again. Then someone skates under you again, then you can carry on skating. Over the years of skating, I have met lots of new people and have made many new friends, especially with the regulars that go skating on a Wednesday evening. We talk and skate together, and we enjoy our sessions together as well. This is the end of my talk about my hobby of skating. Here is the rest of the skating video clips. Here is the third video clip of other hobbies that I like doing. Now, this is something that I don't do very often, but it is nice to do every once in a while, and that is going out for walks. I enjoy going out for a walk, whether it is a short walk or a long walk. I prefer the long walks though, as it is a nice way to get some fresh air and to temporarily clear my mind of the more important things to enjoy the walk. When I go out for a walk, I usually walk up to the hills in my hometown known as the Eastbourne Downs. There is some nice wildlife up there where you can see rabbits and other animals, and the land is all grass with trees all around the area. There is also a couple of golf courses up there as well, and since I live near the beach, it is also not very far from the cliffs. On that day that I have made these video clips of myself going out for a walk, it started to rain later that day, so there will be some clips taken when it was raining, but it was still a nice walk. Rain or shine, I still enjoy doing it. I sometimes go to the forest for a walk, or on the seafront. I once walked on the beach to the lighthouse, known in my hometown as the Beachy Head Lighthouse, which took me a while to get to, but it was the first time I walked to that lighthouse, and luckily the sea tide was out, so I could walk directly to the lighthouse and climb the stairs of the lighthouse. I was tired after that very long walk, but it was worth it, even though I had some blisters on my feet. But I've always wanted to walk to that lighthouse for a proper, closer look at it. The lighthouse is almost 5 miles away from where I live, so I have walked a long distance that day to get to it. This is an old lighthouse, used many years ago, and is no longer in use, but is still part of my hometown's history. When I go out for walks, not only do I clear my mind temporarily of important things, I also go into my own little world, where I can be myself a lot more. Since there's not so many people going out for walks up in the hills compared to the seafront on a nice summer's day, I prefer walking in more rural and quiet places compared to popular, busy places. Whilst going out for walks, I also think of ideas of what keyboard to show in my next video, and ideas of what keyboards I will show in future videos too. So walking is also a great way to think of ideas for future videos for my YouTube channel, so I can get myself prepared for what I will be showcasing, such as getting to know how to use the keyboards I show in future videos, such as their functions, and learning how to use those functions. This is the end of my speech about my hobby of going out for walks. Here's the rest of the walk-in video clips. Here is the final video clip of the different hobbies that I like doing, besides music and playing keyboards, and is something that I have been doing pretty much all my life, and that is gaming. I grew up playing games from consoles as early as the Nintendo, also known as the NES, and the Sega Master System. Those were the two consoles I started off playing as a kid, and played many games that would be considered as classics these days. I grew up with games which will always be a part of my childhood, such as Super Mario Bros., Sonic the Hedgehog, Alex Kidd, The Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, Tekken, Crash Bandicoot, Mortal Kombat, Echo the Dolphin, and many, many more classics that I would be here talking all day if I have mentioned them all. Over the years, as I grew up, I started getting other consoles, such as the Super Nintendo, also known as the SNES, the Sega Mega Drive, or Sega Genesis for those in North America, the handheld Nintendo Game Boy, the original PlayStation, the original Xbox, which was just known back then as Xbox, PlayStation 2, all the way up to the current PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. I still have all the PlayStation and Xbox consoles as part of a games and consoles collection, and still play on them every now and then. I used to play games a lot when I was younger, and still love playing games, but working full time and focusing on my videos for my YouTube channel nowadays, I don't have as much time for gaming as I used to, but I still find time to play games sometimes when I am not doing anything else, mainly in the evenings. When it comes to gaming, I still prefer to play all of the old school games that I played as a kid, but I also like the newer recent games, as I also like the graphics from today's consoles. They come close to being almost real life-like, but playing older games from my childhood would be my preferred choice, since I don't really focus on how great the graphics today's consoles are. Even though they are realistic, I focus mainly on the gameplay of the games I play and the storyline of certain games, in which a lot of older games have great gameplay and storylines without the trouble of having to install extra downloadable content, expansion packs or add-ons to carry on the game story, and they are more enjoyable to me since I have grown up with a lot of the classic video games from the 80s and 90s. Back in 1999, when I was 11 years old, I became new to playing and experiencing emulators on PCs when one of my dad's friends gave him some CDs for our PC that had emulators on them. Back then, we had CDs that contained emulators such as the Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive, the handheld Game Boy, and ZX Spectrum, along with hundreds of games on the CDs, known as ROMs, in which you can load and play them through the emulators. I remember playing them almost every day, back in the summer holidays of 1999, when I had 6 weeks of school, which really made the summer holidays go quick for me. And before I knew it, the school term started again, in September. But I really had a lot of fun that summer holiday, playing all sorts of different games, since back then, technology wasn't as it is now. There was no smartphones or social media to interact with friends and family, and our household didn't have an internet connection back then, so there wasn't really much else to do when I was younger, but the emulators and games was what kept me entertained, so I didn't get bored very easily. Back in early 2004, when I was almost 16 years old, we had internet access at home for about 6 months, and I have found out that you can download different emulators and games yourself. So I spent lots of time downloading different emulators and ROMs, and spent many late nights playing all kinds of games. I've even seen myself staying up until the early hours as night turns into day, playing them even though I had school in the morning. The first week I have downloaded emulators and games, I couldn't wait for school to end on Friday so that I could spend the entire weekend playing games, and that is exactly what I did. I have played on different emulators and games for many years, and back in 2018 I have bought myself a Raspberry Pi console which is no bigger than my hand. It has well over 30,000 games on it, along with over 40 different emulators, spanning from many different classic consoles such as the Sega Mega Drive, Sega Master System, Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, the Commodore 64, the ZX Spectrum, Atari, PlayStation, the Amiga, and many, many more. Ever since I have bought my Raspberry Pi console, I've not really played emulators on PC, as I now have all the classics in one small console, and I can take it to a friend's house as well, which is more convenient, as I wouldn't want to attempt to carry a PC and a monitor to a friend's place to play games. I like all kinds of genres of games, such as action, platformers, fighting games, shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, first person shooters, stealth and survival games. I'm not really a big fan of the sports and racing genres. Although some of them I don't mind playing, those genres are not my preferred style of choice. But my most favourite genre of games of all time has got to be RPGs, role-playing games, also known as adventure RPG, where it can take weeks or months to complete a game depending on how you play it. You go around doing quests, fighting monsters to gain experience points, which is essential to level up to become stronger, going in dungeons and finding treasure, buying and selling weapons and armour. In terms of battling monsters, some RPG games are hack and slash, while some are turn-based, where you have a turn to attack the enemy, then the enemy takes a turn in attacking you. You also get some games that are strategy turn-based, where you have a group of your characters on one side and the enemy group on the other side, and each of your players take a turn in moving around the map and attacking the opposing team, etc. I have played RPG games for many years, since I was 10 years old, and had a love for them ever since. I love all kinds of RPG games, such as the Dragon Quest series, the Elder Scrolls series, Pokemon, Phantasy Star, the Legend of Zelda series, Diablo, Fable, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana. But out of all RPG games, my most favourite out of all of them are the Final Fantasy series of games. I absolutely love the storylines for each of the games, the cutscenes, the gameplay, the music, everything about the Final Fantasy games to me are spot on. My most favourite game of the series is Final Fantasy VII. It was the first mainline of Final Fantasy games I have ever played. I got the game, along with other games and the PlayStation console, when I was 11 years old, for Christmas back in 1999. I have even pre-ordered the remake that was released on PlayStation 4 3 years ago, and really enjoyed playing through that game too. I look forward to the other chapters of the remake that will be released in the future. I believe that the next one to be released is titled Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. On this video clip, I am playing all sorts of different games, mostly from my Raspberry Pi console with different emulators. To even the games out, I have restricted it to one game per franchise. So for example, one Sonic the Hedgehog game, one Super Mario Bros. Game, one Pokemon game, one Metroid game, etc. So that the games shown on this video clip won't be so repetitive with different sequels of the same series of games. And I have also made it so that the games shown on this clip are suitable for everyone of all ages. So there will be no violent games, games with graphic content or similar. This is the end of my speech about my hobby of gaming, and is also the end of my speeches of all of my other hobbies that I like doing. I hope you have enjoyed these video clips of my different hobbies as much as I have enjoyed making them for this special milestone video, which makes a nice change to what I usually do on YouTube. Here is the rest of this final video clip. Okay, so this is now the end of my 800 special milestone video, which is more about myself with my other hobbies and activities that I enjoy doing in my spare time. I do hope you have enjoyed this special milestone video as much as I have enjoyed making this video. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, it's been over a year and a half since I have uploaded my 700th video, which was uploaded back on the 3rd of December of 2021. And now over a year and a half has passed, and now I have made it to 800 videos. Now I must say that this video has definitely made a nice change to what I usually do on YouTube, which is showcasing keyboards and doing song covers, etc. So this video is a really nice change of pace, where I do other things besides keyboards. And it is also a very nice change to be doing lots of video clips outside, besides indoors as well. Now I just want to say again, thank you to everyone out there for your support over the years on YouTube, whether you've been a subscriber since the very beginning or whether you've just recently subscribed to my channel. And for earlier on this year, for having me surpass 20,000 subscribers, which was a new subscriber milestone for me at the time. I will still carry on making videos, as all your support is what keeps me in the motive to make more and more videos for you to watch. But again, I really do hope you have enjoyed this special milestone video. So please do write back to me and tell me what you think. And also feel free to write in the comments and share with me your hobbies and activities that you like doing. So this has been my 800th video. More about myself, my other hobbies / activities that I enjoy doing. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now. And one more massive thank you to everybody out there that has supported my YouTube channel over the years, and for making me reach a new milestone within my YouTube videos.